Need to remember to mention the Extreme Clean is back in the store, and we also have craft glue.
Announcing any of the fillers or anything? Like fillers?
What's a filler?
Something.
No, I don't have those yet. Those haven't arrived. The re-inkers.
Cindy, Patty, Regan, Zick.
Lori Langmeyer. I see them. Sue.
We can hear you, Angie and Ellen.
What?
Hi, everyone. We can hear you.
Oh, wow. So you must have sound on.
You don't.
What? How would they be able to hear? What's going on?
I don't know. Do you have this on Black Magic?
I don't know. It's a good question. Come on over here. Oh, yeah, the sound. We're live. Well, that was interesting. Got to try and figure out why everybody can hear us. Apparently, because we did some lives elsewhere and we were doing the sound differently, we didn't have it going through our little Black Magic box so everybody could hear us. So, gosh, I hope we didn't say anything we shouldn't. That's always fun when somebody says, we can hear you, and then you start spinning the wheels and going, oh my gosh, what did I say? Anyway, all right. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Let me see. So many people coming in already. Yeah, Sandy's saying, yes, we can hear you. Hi from Durango, Colorado is Regan. Sheila Scott, Sandy Yee, who is right here. She's in Macomb, Michigan. Lori Brown. Who do we have? LaDanya, I guess, and Lisa, and Shelly, and who else? Sandra Ferguson. Linnea is here. Yay, girl. Paulette, hi. Mary, who else? Lori Langemeyer, who's also right here in Michigan. Kathy Finnegan. Love that you're getting all your names out here. Georgiana, Ariel, Beth Malone. So many people. Yay! Dee Dee. From Mesa, Arizona. That is, I think Arizona is, yeah, it's like heaven on earth for Alan. That's where he wants to retire, and I just don't see him retiring. He's a workaholic, and I frankly don't see me in the desert. So, not because I don't like the desert, but because I'm terrified of all the little critters and stuff. So, and plus well, let's be honest, I'm in menopause. So with that, I don't do heat well. I've so welcomed winter this year. So who else is here? Esmeralda is here. Margie. So many people. Oh my goodness, everybody, thank you so much. It is always such an absolute delight to see you guys show up for this. It's just wonderful. So today, now I don't know, some of you may have already seen me go through the new release. We had our February 2022 collection. Our February collection just went live on the 21st. And but you know, it's been in stores all around the country. So I mean, this has probably been, I'll tell you, we did the trade show in January, and this has been the biggest and best collection that we've done so far. Not only in terms of just how wonderful it is, but also just how well it's been received by by so many stores and by so many crafters. It's just so great. So today I'm formally going to go through everything in the collection. Today we've got 48 SKUs, plus I have a couple little bonus things I'm going to mention to you that we have in the store now as well. So fun. So Just kind of sit back, get yourself a nice hot drink, get comfortable. Oh, and I should mention, notice it says Kalamazoo College. Our son has finally made his final decision on where he is going to go to school in the fall, and it is going to be Kalamazoo. So you will see me dressed well, I'm going to be dressing like Halloween a lot, apparently, because their colors are orange and black.
Texas Tech.
Texas Tech also.
Texas Tech orange.
But yeah, that is where our son is going to be going to school. So yay, Hornets, which I don't get. This has been
Orange
something.
Hornet.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me. They are the Kalamazoo Hornets, which doesn't make any sense to me because aren't Hornets yellow and and black? Yet their colors are orange and black. So yeah, I've struggled with that one ever since we got home from there on Monday. We did a tour and it was really cool. It was really fun. And he just loves the school and I think he's going to just do so well there. So very, very excited for him. And if anybody's wondering, he is looking at studying computer science. So that's pretty cool too. He's a pretty smart kid. He's a good kid. All right, but that's not why you guys are here. You're not here to learn all about our son and what's going to be happening here in the fall. You're here to learn and hear all the details about our February collection. So we're going to get started, and we're going to start off with the newest Picket pails. So Mr. Hunt, if you will please switch the camera. There we go.
Is that the one you want?
Nope, we're going to go into camera 3 because we're going to get a tighter shot here. You know what? I should have gotten rid of this.
You want to do that?
Yeah, let's do that. I think so. You know what? I'm going to move. I'm going to let Mr. Hunt take this because I think that's just going to get in the way. So oh, careful. It's all glass. Okay. See, isn't that easier to look at now without all those flowers down here at the bottom? All right, so first up is Picket pails. You guys know how near and dear the Picket pails are to my heart. This particular set is all about the garden, and I just love it. I'm allergic to everything in the garden, but it is my favorite place to be. So I'm sorry, I sound like I had a lot of caffeine today, but I'm just really excited about this collection, and I couldn't wait to show you guys. So let me show you this. This one is all about being in the garden. So it started off with the whole idea, because I like to tell you guys the story behind how we do these. This one started off with the greenhouse. I have always wanted to have my own greenhouse. We actually talked about, I mean, years ago. Do you remember when we talked about actually putting a greenhouse in the yard years ago? Yeah. We looked at them, and I just thought, I'm allergic. I can't take care of it. So this is a way for me to have my own greenhouse. So, and I just think it's so pretty. This looks to me like Alice in Wonderland's greenhouse. I love, 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 love how this is drawn. It is just absolutely beautiful. So the idea with the Picket pails, first of all, is that there's usually going to be some sort of a house, something that's going to allow us to have little doors and windows or something that's going to open. And then we have dies that will cut that out. We'll talk about those in a minute. And then we also have some sort of critter or little people, and this time it is called live garden. We call this live garden. I don't know if you can see. Does that actually? It does. Look at that. Look at the little faces on those really sweet little flowers. They're actually alive. So it's not just the little children in this set that are, you know, lifelike or alive. All of the little flowers actually are alive as well. So we have called this live garden. I just love it. 32 stamps in this set. If you look at the back of it, look at how sweet that is. So on the back of our stamps, we always show you, we got to show you a colored version of it, not only for inspiration, but also so you can really see what the characters look like, because it's kind of hard to see what they look like when they're just in black and white. Now, we also have coordinating dies, 29 dies, but 32 stamps, because we have some sentiments in here that you don't necessarily need to cut out. What?
Lori is saying.
Lori is saying.
I looked it up.
Okay.
Hornets are orange.
Hornets are orange?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, really?
You were wrong.
I was what? I was not right?
Not right. Perhaps not entirely correct.
Perhaps not entirely correct? Really? Hornets are orange?
I'm looking at them.
Let me see that.
I can't pick it up and show you.
It looks like yellow to me.
No, my head is orange.
Really?
Yeah.
So what we see flying around here in the summertime could not be a hornet.
Wasp.
A wasp. All right, Lori, you have proven to me you have proven that I am not always 100% correct. Perhaps.
Not that I ever
Wrong, maybe. I don't know if my mouth can say that word. Thank you, Lori. My husband is going to feed on that for a long time. All right. Time to move on. So back to the pocket pails. So this is the greenhouse that I mentioned to you, right? This is the house that our little live garden characters are going to be in. Now, the way this works is there are dies that go with the pocket pails, with the house as well. So this set, we actually have 2 dies. So we have the outer die that's going to cut that house out. It's just going to cut around the whole shape of the house. So you can pop that house up. You can add foam behind it and have dimension if you want. You can actually use that to cut a card in the shape of the house. Now the second die here, which is optional, it's a separate die. This is the one that has the door and the 2 windows on it. So if you notice this, here's the door, the 2 windows. There's going to be a blade that's going to be on 3 sides of each of these windows and the door. So when you run that through one time through your machine, you're going to lay that over the top of the, when you stamp your house, you're going to lay the die over that image. And then when it comes out, you're going to automatically be able to open and close both of the windows and the door. Now, we don't have this one opening. We do technically on the set, but on this particular card, we don't, because the individual the crafter who chose to make this card put some flowers in front of it. So you have options is my point to this. You can have them open, or you can have some of them open or have none of them open. It's completely up to you. Color it however you like, but true to form, on the back, we give you a gorgeous inspiration colored image. And then on the back of the dies, of course, we show you how the dies are to be placed over your image. So there is no room for error or question. We explain it all to you, so it's nice and easy. So isn't that just the sweetest? We're going to have to color one of these up in Alive. That's going to be fun. All right, so next up. These are actually 2 cards that I made yesterday. We have, for those of you that are familiar with our Pirouettes, remember these? Pirouette pattern templates. We have new stamps and dies, 2 new sets that will go with those. And in both of these cards, I have used both of those sets together, mixed and matched them together. So let me explain these really quick for anybody who is new to the Pirouette system. If you don't know what it is, this is a set of templates, and I'm not going to demo it here, but we will, we can certainly do a live on it to show you how it works with the new sets. We also have, if you don't know what they are, we have existing videos on our YouTube channel where you can go and see how you use these Pirouettes. They're really easy. It's a set of 4 templates. You get 3 pieces in here, but 4 templates. I'm going to flip this over. Actually, I'm going to show you what they are like inside here, just in case there's any question about what I just said. When you open these up, you get full instructions, all right? But like I said, you get 3 templates, but I'm sorry, 3 pieces, but 4 templates. So you get 1 template on the front, 1 template on the back. That's 2 templates on 1 piece, all right? You don't need to see through these. That's why we have those together. Then you get the Pirouette circle stamp alignment. This one is something you have to see through, so we can't have something on the back side of it. So that's template number 3. And then we have your 4th template is your Pirouette spiral stamp alignment template. Also need to see through that one, so we can't put something on the back of it. So like I said, you get 4 templates, but 3 pieces. So don't be surprised when you open yours up, and you also get instructions. These instructions will walk you through step by step how to use each of those. You can also, like I said, take a look at our YouTube channel, do a search for our Pirouettes, and we have videos out there showing you how to use them, a variety of tips and tricks that are in there as well. But for our purpose here today, I want to mention that if you have this template set already, or if you're looking to get it, you only need to buy the templates one time. Once you have your set of templates, as we add stamp sets, Pirouette stamp sets, and die sets, you can keep using them with the same set of templates. So it's what we call a compendium assortment. It just keeps building and building and growing and growing. All right. So one investment in your templates, which isn't a huge investment at all. They're actually very inexpensively priced, and you're good to go. You can use them over and over. So
Will was tardy, but he's here finally.
Will was tardy, but he's here.
Yeah, he cared
Hello,
more
Will.
cared more about his show, getting ready for his show.
Oh, okay. Priorities, Will, huh? Angel's here as well, and Joy is here, and Dee Dee. Welcome, everybody. Alrighty, so let's go back out. Actually, can I do it here? No, I think we're good here. We can use this camera. So the two new Pirouette sets, the first one is, we're calling it Finest Bloom. So traditionally speaking, this is a 6x8 stamp set. You get 43 stamps in total. True to form, you're going to get 2 large wreath stamps that are, already in wreath form, and then you get all of these little pieces where you can make all of your circular patterns. We have little characters, little critters in here that you can add in as you can actually use those in in the patterns that you create. You can use them as just little add-ons to create a little scene, kind of like what I did here. So in this one here, I have my little critters at the bottom, and I have the little bee up here. This one is showing you this wreath right here. I've popped that up on some foam. I've got Happy Easter, which is from the other set. I'll show you in a moment. I've got the little bunny here. And then several of the other little pieces, little flowery pieces, to create that beautiful wreath in the background there. Absolutely gorgeous. Sneak peek coming attractions. We have a new fence die that I'm in love with. And then this is another one here where, I mentioned to you, you can create patterns. So you can create circular patterns with your Pirouette template, but you can also create background patterns. And that's what we did here. This is not pattern paper that I have in the background. That's actually a background pattern that I created in just a matter of minutes using my Pirouette template. So the whole idea with these templates is that you create your custom patterns, be it circular patterns or all over background patterns. You create them by deciding which stamps you want to use, what size you want your patterns to be, what colors you want to use in terms of your ink colors, the placement of your stamps. You get to decide it all. It's not something where you're just inking up different colors on the same stamp over and over. You get to create your combinations, and it's completely 100% customizable. So there's nothing else like it on the market where you get to decide absolutely everything like that, and where you get to create so many different patterns like we do with the Pirouette pattern templates. So again, it's just a fantastic set. So we've got the Finest Blooms on the back here, of course, true to form. We show you the colored image, and then we have dies that are going to cut out. We're not cutting out every single piece or every single stamp in this set. We're cutting out, we have 20 dies, so we're going to cut out the main things that you would use for dimension. So you would use like these 2 wreaths. You're going to use some of those little characters, some of the flowers, like the little carrots, some of those pieces, even including your sentiments. Those are things that you might pop up on your card for dimension. So that's what you're seeing here, where I popped them up on foam. Others are going to be, really just for your background. That is Finest Blooms. It's amazing for spring, for summer, for every year, year after year. Now, I really wanted to do something for Easter, but I didn't want to do a full, big 6x8 set. I wanted to do something that was more of an add-on set. So we came up with the Easter Pirouette. We have 30 stamps. It all works in the same way. We do have a couple of special things about this in that, one of them is we have layering stamps. So all of these little eggs actually layer. So where you see 2 eggs next to each other, a solid one and then one that has pattern, you would stamp the solid in a lighter color, and then you would come over it in a darker color with the pattern. And that's going to create, I actually have a card over here if I can grab it. Here's one right here where we created a background, and we made a whole bunch of those little eggs just by solid stamping the layers on there. So that is something that's fun with this set. We also have the colored image on the back. And then we have the coordinating dies with it as well, and we've mapped it out on the back so you can see which die goes with which stamp to make it easy so there's no confusion. Now, you can use this set all by itself, and that's what you're seeing here on this card. We've done this card in terms of stamping. It's 100% with this Easter Pirouette stamp. You can use the Finest Blooms all by itself. You don't have to use it with the Easter Pirouettes. Okay, so you can create some gorgeous cards with this one. Here is an example right here where we use just the Finest Bloom set. You can also mix these together. This is why we call this an add-on, because if you add the Easter Pirouettes to the Finest Blooms, you really magnify the number of combinations that you can do. You now turn, for the sake of the cards that you're working on with this, you turn these into Easter products as well. And so both of these cards here that I did were made with the combination of the two products together. This one I made an Easter card. This one, you could send this for Easter, but I chose to use Wishing You Happiness as the sentiment on it. So they're absolutely wonderful, and you can see how beautiful and vibrant these are. Just stunning, and you're not going to see anything like these anywhere else, I don't think. So I just love them. I think they're absolutely magical. So here's the two cards that I showed you already. Sneak peek coming attractions. There's another fence right there. Here's one that we did just with the Finest Blooms. And on this card, you can see that we made a smaller kind of note size card with this as well. So you can do different sized cards. Here we have an Easter card. Here we have another Easter card, very different. So this one has our little chicks on it. Notice they're all in that beautiful circular pattern. And then with this one, we have another Easter card, but this one doesn't use the Pirouette templates at all. This one really demonstrates how you can use these stamps also without the Pirouette system. So if you don't want to use your Pirouette templates, you can still do all kinds of projects with just the stamp set. So they're really, really versatile. They're just wonderful. And this is actually one of my favorites. I think it's just the cutest little thing. So lots of fun. One of my favorite Pirouette sets that we've come up with so far. I think it's very universal, and I think it's just going to be fabulous year after year after year. So let me move these aside. Oh, and let me bring these in real quick too, because I've already shown you a couple of cards where we use the fences. I'm going to turn them on the side here. So this one is the Picket Fence Pocket, and then just Picket Fence. So what is the difference? The Pocket is pocket size. So we have our pocket pails characters that I showed you a minute ago. They're little itty bitty little characters, right? Easy to color because they're such simple lines, and you don't have to do any shading with them. So they're super easy and fast to color. They work beautifully with the pocket sized fence. But you can see here too, these little chicks are not pocket size, and they look absolutely wonderful with that little fence. So this is the size of the Picket Fence Pocket. And then this one is the size of, here you can see it here. This is the regular Picket Fence die that's right here. So you can see the difference between the two. I love both of them, and I think they both work beautifully for just all kinds of different looks on your cards. And frankly, they're kind of universal. I think these are kind of staple items. I always mention, milk, bread, butter, staple things to have in your craft collection. I love fences, and I love having two sizes. That's why we do them in two sizes. So I love these. That would be something I would say, yeah, I would get those in a heartbeat. Let's see, what is up next? Here we go. Let's see, let me move these over here. I don't want things to end up on the floor. So I'm going to bring these over. We have an amazing, now we have an amazing new stamp, and it's called Wildflower Slimline. Here it is. All right. Now this, we kind of changed this product as we were creating it. Are we going to have dies? Are we not going to have dies? Do we want to do this? Do we want to do that? And so on and so forth. I will tell you also, this actually comes, these flowers, the idea for this particular stamp actually comes from a paper collection that we're going to be showing you shortly too. So pay attention to these flowers. You're going to see them a lot. Love these. But this Wildflower stamp is technically a slimline stamp because it is long and narrow. Couple of things about this. It is phenomenal on a slimline card. All right, here it is. Stamp it once, color it up. Color it with your markers, with your watercolors, however you want to do it. If you want to color it with stencils, we have 4 layering stencils. Our stencils are very unique if you're not familiar with them. We have 4 stencils in here. Each one is going to have a number on it. So we have 1A, 2A, 2B, and 2C. So the numbers will be on your stencils. That's the order that you should stencil them. So we tell you that on the back here. 1A plus 2A plus 2B plus 2C is going to give you this. Something else on these stencils is that we have alignment guides. So not on the first stencil, but on all subsequent stencils, we have alignment guides that are etched into the stencil. You can see them on the stencil. They're etched into the stencil so that you can line them up super easy. And if any of our design team members are on, they can attest to how easy they are to line up. I don't know if you can see this or not. Let's see if I can get that in the camera. Sometimes it's hard to get the stuff on the camera. All right, it's not working. Let's see. There you go. See the alignment guides in there? It's hard with the lighting. So you can see where it's cut through. Let me move this up and forward again. Look at the bottom of it. I can't catch it. There it is, right there. See those little etchings in there? Those don't cut all the way through. Those little etchings are going to help you. I'm like, it's hard to see in, here in the studio and on camera. But when you're working at your craft desk, at your craft table, and you lay this down over the first place that the first stencil that you did. So I would line this up. I could actually see through my stencil to line up those etchings with all the lines the things that I have stenciled beforehand. So and plus you can see at the bottom here, I don't know if you can see it, but this is where your number is. Again, the lighting, there it is. There it is. Lighting in studio is not always great when we're dealing with cameras, but those alignment guides, they make it so easy no matter where you start stenciling on your page, okay? So it's super easy. You don't really need the alignment guides if you have stamped the stamp first. But if you want to do, because you can see the lines is my whole point, but if you want to do no line coloring with your stencils like you see here, all right? Look at this. This is how this was done, actually. See how that lines up, how those two line up together? So this was actually stamped once. Not even stamped once, I'm sorry. Stenciled, layer stenciled. You don't see any stamping lines on here. All right, so it's no line coloring. Cut in half and then turned into 2 cards. Isn't that just clever? I think it's so cute. I love that. So my point is this. If you're just stenciling to get that no line coloring effect, that's when those alignment guides really come in handy. That's when they're going to be the most important. Because you're not going to have like a black line that you've just stamped with a stamp. And again, you can start stenciling anywhere on the page. You don't have to worry about it being in the corner, down in the corner if you're using some kind of an alignment tool or a stamping tool or something like that. It can be anywhere on the page. The alignment guides on your stencils are going to guide you. So isn't that gorgeous? Aren't they just so, so pretty? I love those. Pay attention to these sentiments. Sneak peek coming attractions. You're going to see those everywhere. I love them. They're so great. Notice this one's even layered up. Somebody was thinking. So anyway, here we go. These are just absolutely gorgeous. So pretty. So that is the Wildflowers Slimline stamp and the stencils. Something else I want to mention too that makes these really special. I almost forgot. So you can actually, like I showed you, stamp this on slimline. If I turned my paper this way, if I only wanted to stamp the top portion of this stamp across this way, like, stamp it here, then here, then here, I can do that. I can do that because we've designed this very carefully so that the left side nests into the right side. So it's a continuous stamp. So I can stamp continuously if it's elongated like this on a large project that's tall, slimline length. Or if I want to turn it and stamp on something shorter, I can stamp just the top portion of my stamp, right? So I can really make this stamp, although it is a slimline stamp, I can make this fit any size. I can stamp this on a tag, I can stamp this on 5x7, 8x8, whatever it is I want to stamp it on, this is going to work. It's incredibly universal in terms of its functionality. It's just wonderful. So that is the Wildflowers Slimline. Next up, for those of you that are familiar with this gift tag stack die, we launched this last summer, and it's been so popular. Again, I love the idea of creating something that, dies are expensive. If I only have to buy the die one time and I can keep adding to it, that to me is just, that's golden. That's just wonderful. And so I love gift tags. I think they're a lot of fun. You can use them in so many places. You can use them on cards like we've done here. You can use them actually as a gift tag on, a present. So you buy the die one time, and if you already have this die, you're golden, you're good to go. We're going to keep adding stamps to it, and the newest stamp is the spring tag stack. This one, so the idea behind this, if you're not familiar with it, is one die, right? We have one stamp in here. It's a total of 6 stamps, but the largest stamp is a 4x4 stamp. It has your beautiful flowers in the center here. And then up in the 4 corners, it's actually going to stamp those little triangles. Those triangles are going to be lined up with the triangles on the die. And when you run this through your die cutting machine, you're going to get 6 different little tags separated. They have the little holes already. And then you can color them in however you wish. You can also stamp any one of these sentiments, mix those up, and however it is you want to customize those, or just write a little note in there if you want. These are wonderful for year-round. They're great for spring, for summer, but we do call it the spring tag stack. But I think these are just wonderful, and they're kind of for all occasions as well. So we have best wishes, miss you, thank you, for you, and hello. So lots of fun with these. We show you on the back what they can look like. All right. And then, of course, on the back, well, actually, we didn't show it lined up here, but there you go. Absolutely wonderful. Love these. Continuing with the stack concept, we've already put out for quite some time now. This was our very first sentiment stack die. Many of you may already have this. This is stack die number 2. These both line up exactly the same. The difference between the two is that the original has a ribbon cut edge and stack die 2 has a blunt cut edge. Any stamps that you can use with this one, you can use with this one. All right. So again, it's one of those things where it's mix and match, compendium assortment. The newest stamp that comes for use with these 2 dies is the Easter stack. So this is one stamp, but you get, I think it's 11 sentiments in here. So we have, hope your Easter is extra special, Easter wishes, happy Easter, hippity hoppity, and so on. This one is also going to stamp these little squares. Those little squares line up with the squares in the die. So when you stamp it once, line it up with your squares, die cut it once, and you're going to get 11 sentiments all at one time, and they're going to look just like this. All right, so you get 11 sentiments with a beautiful die cut edge. Use whichever one you need for your project, and then I will take and I'll store the rest of them in my little packaging so it's all ready for me to use next time. So this is the newest. Love these. We're going to continue to add to these. Very, very popular and very fun to use. And again, milk, bread, just perfect kind of staple item to have in your crafting pantry. Next up, I just felt that we had kind of a hole in our entire product line. I'm going to get a quick drink of water here. I can feel my voice going already. I felt like we had a hole in our product lineup, and I wanted to have some large sentiments. I kept feeling like I was reaching for large sentiments. And so Alan, you want to come back out to camera too, because I can't get this whole thing on camera. So you can see how big these are. There we go. So we came out with 2 large sentiment sets. These are 4 by 8, so they're quite large. This one is everyday sayings. You get 10 sentiments. And then we also have special occasions, 10 sentiments. This is a situation where I didn't want to have 5 or 6 different sets to get you everything you needed. I always like to be budget conscious, you know, when we're planning things. So we tried to really pack a lot in each of these sets. So we had a very comprehensive set of everyday sayings. So you are amazing. Congratulations is here. So congrats and best wishes. We have a thank you in here. Just a note, life is better with you, with heartfelt sympathy. For you with love, thinking of you, and so on. And then the same thing goes with the special occasions. We tried to kind of hit all of the major occasions that you might have in a calendar year. So we have holiday wishes here, Happy New Year, Valentine's, happily ever after, welcome little one for, you know, if there's a newborn, birthday, for Mother's Day, so glad you're my mom, best dad ever, anniversary, and Easter. So you buy one set, kind of have everything you need. All right, we didn't want to do a whole set of Christmas and a whole set of this and a whole set of that. We wanted to give you everything in just 2 sets to kind of cover everything you might need to, you know, have a card for a special occasion. So each one of the stamp sets has 10 stamps, but if you notice, the die set that coordinates has 20 dies. That's because there is a die to cut out every single one of these sentiments, and then there's also a die to cut out a shadow. So if you noticed in, let me grab that card that I had over here. Where did it go? Here it is. If you noticed in this card, this is the just a note to say hello. It's right here. Let's come into camera 3, Alan, please. So here's just a note to say hello. We used the first die to cut the sentiment and then the second one to cut a shadow. Frames it beautifully. You can do it in the same color or in a color coordinating color or a contrasting color. And it just pops it up and gives it that much more wow on your card. So every single one of these sentiments is going to have 2 dies so that you can get that effect with it. Whether you are working with the everyday set or if you're working with the special occasions. All right? Love these. These have been we've gotten such wonderful feedback on these. And again, when you think about what you're getting and how well these are designed and how versatile they are, you know, it's really not a budget buster. It's something that you get and you can just use and use and use and use. It's something you're going to be grabbing, you know, looking for constantly when you want to craft. Let me see. Next up, let's see what we have over here. Next up, there's so many things that are on these cards that it's kind of hard to show you just one thing on them. So this one, I want you to look at the foil. I mean, the flower is amazing. That's a sneak peek coming attraction. But look at the foil. Notice I even have that one of those sentiments that you just saw in the sentiment set. That is foiled as well. Here's one where we've got another card with a beautiful kind of rainbow. That actually reminds me of, what is it, like studio, I don't know, it's kind of psychedelic. It's kind of cool. We have our sentiment down here again as well. Here's another one. Same things going on with the sentiment here, right? And then look how beautiful that is. One more here. You are amazing. And we have, this one is done in like a silver. Just really, really pretty. Now, how are we doing this? Well, we're doing it with beautiful toner sheets. Here's a couple that I have. We've got a floral set, which I'll show you in a minute, and I've gone ahead and I have foiled these 2. Notice these are slimline length. Isn't that cool? I wanted to show you how beautiful and gorgeous these are. So those are a couple of the florals, and then we also have geometrics that you can see here. All right. So let's show you what we got going. To begin with, we have floral toner toppers. Now, here's my thing. I fell in love with foiling. I stayed away from foiling for a while because I didn't want to get into that huge investment of you know, all of the foil plates and all that stuff, which don't get me wrong, I think they're gorgeous. I think they're beautiful. But again, I always try and be budget conscious, and I do it not only for you, but also for us, you know, in terms of manufacturing. And so, you know, I know those can be really expensive, and I thought if I were to get into foiling from a consumer standpoint, all right, from a crafter standpoint, what would be exciting for me? For me, I would want to be able to, you know, without breaking the bank, I would want to be able to have a lot of different patterns, be it flowers, geometrics, whatever it is, and not always feel like I had to use the same thing over and over and over again in order to get my money's worth out of something. So that's where this idea came in. I fell in love with the toner toppers. You know, we've done some papers where we had really, really dark colors, and some of our design team where they were able to use toner reactive foil to actually foil some of the dark colors. So we started thinking, well, what if we did some beautiful patterns that we're kind of getting to be known for? What if we did some beautiful patterns that you don't see everywhere else? Really fresh, really exciting, really new, and kind of modern. Put them in some toner topper packs, not too many of them, keep the price down, and then give people an option or a way to get into foiling with the same gorgeous results, right? Look how beautiful this is. But you're not spending 30 bucks on a plate. Instead, you're spending maybe 5 bucks on a pack. So that to me is a big difference. Now you get 12 sheets in here. Let me open this up. And we did these in both 6x6 and in 4x9 for your slimline. So you're going to get, we have 6 patterns in here, and you're going to get 2 of each. All right, so we're only repeating the pattern twice. So we've got, let me see, I've been playing with this so they're not necessarily in order. But look how stunning that is. I mean, they're just so pretty. Smaller floral here. Beautiful. These are all black and white. All right, and then here is kind of a beautiful leafy one. And then we're going to repeat. All right, so you get 2 of each. So if you want to make, you know, and this is 6x6, by the way. So, Alan, can you hand me that right there?
That right there?
Yeah, well, you have to see where I'm pointing. Okay, here's one I took. I don't even know which one it is. I think it was this one. So I took this one and I foiled it in a pink. Now, you do have to use a toner reactive foil, like Deco foil, for example. Toner reactive foil. Preview coming attractions, you may see foils from LDRS in the near future. And you're also going to do this with, you know, if you have a foil machine, if you have a laminator, if you have, you know, the Mink machine, you know, will work as well. So I foiled up this sheet here, and I actually cut it down. And so you can use this one piece on multiple cards even. So, you know, like on this one, this card here, for example, we use the foil just at the bottom. That means that we have a whole bunch more that you can use on other cards. This one we did use a larger piece in the background, so you really have choices, all right? So this is what it looks like foiled. I just think it's so pretty. And I love it. And like I said, there's only 2 of each in here, so you're not going to be repeating and repeating and repeating and repeating forever the same thing because you invested so much money in a plate. Instead, use these up. There's only 12 sheets. It's like 5 bucks. And then you can move on to your next pack, right? Because we're going to be coming out with more of these. This has been, I mean, the response on these has been fantastic. So we have them in floral toppers, 6x6, 12 sheets, 4x9, 12 sheets, same patterns, but, you know, obviously they're, you know, different configuration. That is the florals. We also have, because I am massively into geometrics, we also have geometrics here. So you saw the 2 geometrics that I showed you in my samples here that I already foiled up, right? In kind of a copper and silver. Let's go through these because these are beautiful geometrics. How pretty that is. Gorgeous. And again, you're going to get 2 of each of these. Here's the one that you saw already. And then this one. And this one's almost kind of like starburst. It's kind of cool. Like it, or maybe not starburst, like sun's rays. I think it's kind of neat. So you get 2 of each. So it's a 12 pack once again. Same thing goes with the 4x9. So then we started thinking, well, because it kind of builds on, you know, you start getting excited about it and you go, oh my goodness, all right, now what can we do? And then, you know, I foiled these, right? So I foiled these and I went, well, but there's still a lot of foil left on the sheet. It's just a reverse image or a negative image. So then it was like, well, I don't want to throw that out. I don't want to throw that foil out. So we did solids. So we have solid toner sheets. These are just solid black, 12 sheets in each. So once you foil your floral or you foil your geometric, your circles, whatever it is, you're going to use that same piece of foil and you're going to lay it over just the solid black toner sheet and you will get the exact reverse image. So it's kind of a twofer. It's like two for one with your foil sheet. So it's absolutely wonderful. I will tell you this, if you're not familiar with foiling, Linnea actually just put out a video on our YouTube channel where she's foiling. She's using these with the Deco foil, and I believe she used it in a laminator that has a foil setting. If you don't have a foil setting on your laminator, just let it heat up a little bit longer. The foil setting if a foil setting is a little bit hotter than a regular laminating setting. But if you let it heat up just a few extra minutes, you should be good to go. All right, so that is those. But then I thought, oh, because it's further and further, right? I thought, wouldn't it be fabulous? I really want to foil these sentiments, right? I want to foil my sentiments. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. So then we took the same sentiments, right? This is our special occasions. Alan, will you pull back to camera 2? Same sentiments, all right? Everyday sayings with the dies and the stamps, right? We have added a set of toner sheets as well now. Same goes, you know, with the everyday sayings and the special occasions. So you can stamp your sentiments and you can cut them out with your dies with both of these. If you want to foil, again, it's a full sheet. You get 12 sheets, 12 of the exact same sheet. So you're going to get all of these sentiments on one sheet. You're going to foil the whole sheet. And guess what? They're all the exact same size as your stamps. What does that mean? That means that if you have these dies, you can not only cut out the stamps, you can cut out your foiled sentiments as well. So now these dies that you have purchased for your stamps can be used not only just for the stamps, but for your toner sheets. It just goes that much further. And you're going to get that gorgeous look that you see right here where I have foiled. There it is, catches. Isn't that beautiful? Where I have foiled my sentiment and put that on my card. Isn't that so pretty? And so with these, we gave you 12 of the same sheet. So we've got 10 sentiments on one sheet. You get 120 sentiments in each pack. So you're not going to be running out of those for a little while. Same goes with this one. It's going to work with your everyday sayings dies. All right. So I just love these. I think they're phenomenal. Huge hit at the trade show. You're going to see these in stores everywhere also. They're just wonderful. They're just so beautiful. Okay, so that is the toner sheet. So let me move this over. And we're going to move on to this card. So Mr. Hunt, if you will please come into camera 3. We're going to end up going over time, by the way. This is going to be longer than an hour. I have 48 products to cover here. See this? Ah, isn't that gorgeous? See this one? That's so pretty. Look at the backgrounds. Aren't they gorgeous? How about if I toss in this one? How about that one? How about that one? Ah! These backgrounds are incredible. So last summer we came out with the modern, what's it called? Modern geometric cover plate dies. 1, 2, and 3 that you could use on their own, or you can mix and match in any combination that you wanted. So it was such a huge hit. We had so many people asking for more. So we have introduced 3 new cover plate dies. So here we have, this is the Pretty Things set. Pretty Things cover plate 1, 2, and 3. Each of them can be used on their own. So this one you see cover plate 1 in the background. We've layered it upon itself. We did it in like a beautiful kind of blue and white pattern in the background, and then in white over the top. And look at how amazing that background looks. This one here, actually this is cover plate 2, I'm sorry, I had the wrong one. This one here is cover plate 1. Look at how beautiful that is in the background. So that is cover plate 1. This one we've actually layered up all 3 cover plates together on this one. This one uses, what does this use? This one uses cover plate 1, and this one has them layered as well. I don't have a card here right now where we've used just cover plate 3 by itself, but let me show you how these work. First of all, like I said, they can be used on their own, or they can be mixed and matched in any combination. They are designed to be layered or just used individually. So here's what cover plate number 1 looks like by itself. All right. So you die cut it, and this is the gorgeous pattern that you get. Here is the beautiful floral for cover plate 2. Isn't it so pretty? Oh, look at that with the white behind it. Oh my gosh. And then cover plate 3. Now these are not ideal colors. I did these because they're just a big contrast in the colors. I wanted to show you how, obviously you can use them on their own. If I layer these, let's say I layer 1 over 2. Okay, I can see 2 through 1. If I layer it in the other direction, let's go 2 over 1, I can now see 1 through 2. You get a completely different look. Isn't that pretty? Let's see if I do 1 and 3. Look how beautiful that is. How about if I do it in the other direction? Look how pretty. Different look. What if I do 2 and 3? How pretty that is. Or, again, different direction. Now we have the flowers peeking through. What if I layer 1 over this? Now we've gone 1, 3, 2. Are you getting the feel for this yet? What if I do 2,
Oh, come on.
2, 1, and then 3? I mean, however you layer these, you're going to see parts of all 3 of them. So you get a different look with every combination. That's why it's, I think, phenomenal to have all 3, because you don't only get 3 looks, you get, what is that, 9 different looks?
I was going to say, what mathematically, if you have 1, 2, or 3, how many options is that?
I don't know, is it, how many is it?
I don't know. I have no idea. That's a math.
I think it's 9. It's 3.
No, it's a lot more than 9.
No, it is. It's 3 times
At
3.
least
9
27.
times. It's 9 times 3. It's 27. So it's
At least
3
27.
cubed. So 3 times 3 is the 9 times the 3. It's
But
27.
if
So you get
use all
27.
3,
Oh,
what
that,
if you use only 2? What if you
Well,
use only 1?
well, those are all. That's all part of it. That's all part of your combination.
I don't think so.
I think it is.
Okay.
Anyway.
It's a bunch.
So that is what these do. Let's go
Someone
1,
will correct us.
2, 3. Yes, somebody's going to do the math on that. We should get Keaton up here. I'm too old and tired. Okay. So that is these. Absolutely love these. And again, they're cover plates. These are A2 sized. They're going to fit beautifully. That's all you need in the background of your card. I mean, look at this. All we've done with this one is use that cover plate. Beautiful flower that I'm going to show you in just a moment. Popped a sentiment on there, and we are good to go. I'm going to set, oh, and notice what this is. That is from Your Finest Blooms. Okay, so I'm going to reserve these 3 over here. Put those over there. And now we're going to move, I'm going to show you this one here too. Look at that one on foil. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? Gorgeous. It actually has this beautiful peony layering die that I'm about to show you over the foil. And then that sentiment is from the Finest Blooms. So pretty. This is like a glitter foil. Isn't that stunning? Oh my gosh. Oh, I love it. Okay. That flower is done. Oh, and then here's the other one that I showed you too. It's the same flower. All layering. Isn't that beautiful? So that flower is done with this peony layering die. You get 14 dies in total with this. Our layering dies, again, have been hugely popular. They're so easy to use. You get 14 beautiful dies in this. You can see here the size of that flower. It's quite large. You get the beautiful greenery up there, and on the back, we lay it all out for you. So we show you what, don't just ignore the little tag here. That's my little hang tag from the trade show. But on the back, we show you all the different pieces that your dies will cut, and then we've color coordinated how they will layer up on the back. Really super, super easy to follow. Now, on this card, we use that flower, and then we use the leaves kind of just once. And this card, as well as this card here, we're showing you a different way of doing it. So you can put those pieces however you want. If you want to use two, cut your leaves multiple times, you can just be, all kinds of creative. And notice here too, we have different color combinations here. This is kind of brighter pinks with cream. This one is a little bit of a darker pink, almost into a little bit of a, I don't want to say burgundy, but it's darker red. And then we have beautiful blues here. Just, just be super creative with the color choices. You can customize it however you want. Love those. Next up, look at these. Oh, I've got one stuck together here with a little bit of tape. What do these have in common? What do these cards have in common? I'm going to get a quick drink. If you look at this beautiful, beautiful cluster in the background, we happen to do it in white on both of these cards. This one's kind of popped up a little bit, must have caught on something. But look at that beautiful pattern. This pattern that's created, it almost looks like that's the paper, like that's a paper pattern, but it's not. That's actually done with these dies. All right. So if you remember, we had a set of ephemera that we had on HSN a while back, and we had these beautiful white die cuts in it, and that's what these are. I thought I loved those so much, and we had such wonderful feedback on those. We decided to bring them out in die form, so you can cut your own. You can cut them in whatever color you want, in whatever patterns you want. If you notice the size of this, look at how big this is next to my hand. So in each of these die sets, you're going to get one large die and one that's kind of a medium. So you get two dies. This is the Wildflower set, and this one is the Peony cluster. You can see the beautiful peony right here. So this again is the larger die and then the smaller one. And so on this card here, this one we use the peony. We cut it in white. Actually, this one uses both of them now that I think about it, now that I look. We have the beautiful peony right over here, and then this lovely Wildflower is actually right here. So we mixed them together and created a white on black background for this card. This one here is using the beautiful Wildflower cluster here in the background. So super, super pretty. These are fantastic. The size is great, not only for cards, but I'm going to show you momentarily some scrapbook pages where we have used these to add some texture. So keep these in mind. These are they're clusters. The word is cluster. So we have the lovely peony cluster and then the lovely Wildflower cluster. So they're absolutely stunning. And again, you're not going to be seeing something like this elsewhere. I think they're very unique. Next up, I'm going to show you, this is our newest addition to our slimline die sets. Absolutely love this. I love it. Gorgeous for spring, gorgeous for summer. What does it say? Angie is 1 for 2 tonight, batting 50%. What does that mean?
Well, the orange.
Oh.
And the 27. And I'm betting 0. And Lori's batting 1,000.
Well, and I'm 54, and the 5 plus the 4 is 9. So we're back to the 3s again. The 3 times the 3 is the 9. 5 plus 4 is 54. I'm just doing numbers all over the place.
Is it right?
I'm just saying, I'm just bringing it all back to the 3s and the 9s and the, oh my gosh, I know what I'm going to be dreaming about tonight. I'm going to have numbers floating around my head. Okay, so back to this, Floral Scallop Slimline, 15 dies. So for those of you that are already familiar with how we do our slimlines, I love having a lot of stuff in one die set. That's all going to coordinate, and you only need that die set to do a multitude of things. So in this die set, I'm going to pop this one out. You're going to have this large outer die that is a scallop, has a beautiful blade around the edge. You're going to see that here in this card. You're going to see a die that is nested on the inside here, right here. That's going to cut a beautiful rectangle that will layer up. You can see how this one is layered up. We layered up that beautiful floral. And then you're going to get all of these accent pieces. We use some of them here for some beautiful flowers. You could add leaves. You can layer those up however you like, so you can create beautiful windows and layering pieces and focal points and just gorgeous, gorgeous accents. And then we have this die that I pulled off of there. This is the die that is going to allow you to make a beautiful card base. You don't have to do all that measuring and cutting with your paper trimmer anymore. Just use this die. So you're basically going to take, fold your cardstock, right? You're going to lay your cardstock, score it across one side. So your cardstock, if this was not cut yet, you would have your cardstock. It would be folded on one side. This die has one side that is flat, and then you can see where we have the blade and all of the stitching around the other 3 sides. That flat side right there, you put on the fold. Run that through your die cutting machine. It's going to cut through it's going to cut through 2 layers of fairly good thickness to your cardstock, and it's going to give you your little stitches, and it's going to give you a perfectly shaped and sized slimline card base. So you can use this. You can mix and match this with a lot of a lot of the different dies, slimline die sets in the LDRS collection, because all of ours are basically the same size. So we used it on this one as well. All right, so you can see that beautiful stitching around there. I don't know if you can see the scalloped edge. Yeah, I guess you can on there. Really, really pretty. And this has some ephemera and some beautiful watercolor paper. Sneak peek, coming attractions. All right, gorgeous. Next up, to go with your slimlines, Ellen, you're going to have to come out to camera 2 for this. Next up, we have a wonderful slimline envelope die set. This envelope die set, I tell you, I love this thing. It is a larger die, so this is something that is, I mean, you're not going to be able to use like a mini die cutting machine for this. So we do have the measurements here. The largest die here is 4.2 inches by 9.2 inches. All right, so it will work better if you have more of an extended platform on your die cutting machine. But you get 5 pieces here. Ignoring the warning on the back here, that's just for the bag. We give you instructions as to how you're going to set this up and what you need to cut. So essentially, this largest die is the main backing part of your envelope. So you cut that once. The smallest die here is the 2 short ends, and then this other long die is the 2 long ends. And then these are just for decoration, for your flaps. So you need 1 of the long ones, of the big one, 2 each of the flaps, and then depending on where you put your adhesive. Now we show you here how you're going to lay it out and where you're going to put your adhesive. Depending on where you put the adhesive and which flaps you seal down, you can either have your envelope open on the short end, or you can have your envelope open on the long end. So it's perfectly universal. You can decorate these however you want. You can do these out of colored cardstock to coordinate with your cards. You can do these out of beautiful pattern paper to coordinate however you want to do it. So it's a wonderful, wonderful, very easy to use slimline envelope. And then if I lay this over, you can see how much space there is. This one might be easier to see on the camera. There we go. You can see how much space is left around that slimline. And we made it a little bit larger so that it will accommodate most slimline card sizes that you might have from other companies as well. So it's a really good, really good size. So love that, one of my favorites. All right, so let me put these aside. Now we're going to go to our new paper collections. Oh my gosh, wait until I show you these. So first off, this card, you want to come into camera 3? This card was actually done, with the exception of that little picket fence, this card was all decorated with ephemera. There's no coloring, no stamping, nothing, all decorated with ephemera. It's ephemera from our new One Fine Day collection. I do want to show you a couple of projects. So that's this one. This is a little mini album because I'm so excited about little mini albums. When this collection arrived, I thought I really want to play with this and I wanted to do a mini album, and I thought I want to do something where I don't have to do any stamping. No stamping, no coloring, nothing. I just want to work with the papers, and I want to work with the ephemera, the enamel dots, the alphas, all of that. And so this little gem was born, and I literally did it in an hour. And when I sat down with Alan after I did this, he was like, I showed him this and he's like, you were only gone an hour. And I said, I know. So you can see on here, we have little enamel dots on here, these beautiful little bunnies, little characters in here. It is just the cutest little book, little pockets, little tags. Look at the little puffy stickers and more enamel dots. Just really fun. All of these little die cut pieces. And this is all done with papers in the new One Fine Day collection. This literally didn't take any time at all. I can add little photos in here. I can write little notes in here and just have a lot of fun with it. Super cute, really fun. And again, no stamping, no coloring, nothing. Then I thought, I kind of want to do a little planner. So I haven't finished this one yet, but I thought I really wanted to do a planner, and I thought, well, I'm going to make one. And so again, no stamping, just papers. I didn't even cut most of the papers here. It was literally done with 6x6 papers. And then I have the ephemera in here. I have that beautiful peony. Here you're seeing some of those gorgeous wildflower clusters here. I just layered them up a little bit. And then as I flip through here, again, it's not decorated. I just put my little, to-dos in here. And it is so cute. The pattern papers are just luscious. Absolutely pretty. I just love them. And here's some more. There's one more page. And then the gorgeous back to it. So without further ado, who wants to see the papers? The papers! Deanna says, not watching. Okay, so these papers are available. Alan, you're going to have to come out to camera 2. Are available in 6x6. They are available in 4x9. And they are available in the ever so requested 12x12. Ah! Oh my gosh. Wait until I show you these. So we're going to come in again to camera 3. I'm going to show you what these look like close up. Now, the configuration of the 4x9 is very similar to the 6x6. So I'm going to take you through this. This is a 24 sheet pack. If you notice, there is absolutely no sheen to these papers at all. This has, we went back to our original manufacturing for papers. This has a beautiful kind of muted, really soft, real gorgeous, kind of smooth matte finish, almost like a Scandinavian kind of feel. Like when I think back to when I started crafting and I used to get papers, like where was I getting papers? I want to say like, where were they coming out of? Like Norway or Sweden or something, but they were just beautiful. So anyway, these are also double-sided. You're going to get 2 each. So the pattern papers, you're going to get 2 each of 6. So there's 16 double-sided. So you get 2 each of 8 patterns, and then we have a little surprise at the back as well. So check these out. I'm going to show you what these look like because they're so beautiful. Look at that. notice the beautiful wildflower. All right, that's that stamp that I told you about that you've been seeing everywhere. Look at the beautiful backs of these. The coordinating patterns that we put on the backs of these are just so pretty. This one looks like raindrops, doesn't it? I just love that. Beautiful bees, like the honey. Look at that font. They're so, so pretty. Look at these little bunnies. These little bunnies, everything coordinates. These are the little bunnies. These are the flowers that you're seeing in that beautiful Finest Blooms stamp set. Recognize them? All right. It all mixes and matches and coordinates. Here's those beautiful wildflowers again in another combination. Look at that. It's like a rainbow plaid. They're just so pretty. Little strawberries. These are little strawberries that you see in the Easter pirouettes, right? Look at the rainbow. It's like a diagonal stripe on the back, diagonal stitch. They're so gorgeous. Look how pretty. So beautiful. And then we have 8 sheets that are foiled. Already done in a beautiful soft gold foil. Isn't that just stunning? Absolutely love these. So that is the One Fine Day in the 6x6. You're going to find very similar configuration with the 4x9, with the exception of some of the illustrations will be vertical, some of the illustrations will be horizontal, but you're going to get 16 that are double-sided in the same patterns, and then you will have 8 foiled sheets as well. Now, the 12x12 is slightly different. Let me move this up here. What? Yeah, we need that camera. Thank you. In the 12x12, I didn't want to give you this big, huge stack, right? So we were very selective. We have 12 sheets altogether. So I chose 6 sheets, 6 patterns, actually 12 patterns because they're double-sided. 12 patterns, 6 double-sided, 2 of each to go in the 12x12. So we had a really, really good price point with this, and you're going to get, I think, a perfect amount of papers to do a gorgeous scrapbook page. You're still going to get 2 sheets for a beautiful, side-by-side layout. It's still going to be backed with a beautiful pattern. So these are the patterns that you get in the 12x12. The pattern is, adjusted in terms of size for the larger paper size. So they're absolutely wonderful. Look how gorgeous. It's like a pinky red. They're just so, so, so pretty. Gorgeous. Love these. Now we couldn't do a whole paper collection without adding some additional little pieces in, because I could not wait to do this. So I've already shown you ephemera. We have an ephemera pack here. This has 55 pieces of ephemera all tucked in here. You can see on the back. Alan, you want to come in? There you go. You can see on the back what pieces are in here. There's actually 2 large postcard size pieces of ephemera. We have a large kind of doily. It's actually 3 different pieces. Lots of tags and beautiful little bunnies and little tickets and flowers and all kinds of things in there. All of which you saw in that little mini album that I did. And then we also have, I could not wait to add alpha stickers. And not only alpha stickers, but puppy stickers. So we have the large alpha puppy stickers. There's actually 2 sheets in here. So we give you the entire alphabet, uppercase and lowercase, as well as, little exclamation points and the ampersands, and it's actually alphanumeric. And then that's in one color, solid color, and then in a multicolor pack for the mini. And again, we take you through the whole alphabet. We have the numbers as well. You're going to get 1 sheet in this pack because they are smaller. Then to top it off, we have added the enamel dots that coordinate absolutely perfectly with this collection. I love these. So Where's the papers? Here we go. So we have the 12 by 12 there. The full collection is right here. Here's the 4 by 9 and here's the 6 by 6. And here we go. Let's get everybody in there. Got the whole family in the pick. There you go. So cute. And then this is a beautiful, beautiful scrapbook page that Linnea did of her son. Isn't that just the cutest? So sweet. Love that. I mean, have you ever seen a happier kid? Oh, so sweet. Okay, so that is the first paper collection. But wait, there's more. Let's see. Let me grab some more cards here. All right. Wait, there's more. Here's 3 cards that we did with this next collection. It's our lovely watercolors. This one you can see the papers in the background. So that beautiful pattern paper that's in the background, plus this watercolor that is done there. The watercolor spatter is actually pattern paper. Then we have, this is done with the ephemera. We actually mixed the two together because we have the ephemera here from Lovely Watercolors, but this is one of the papers from the One Fine Day. And then this one here, we have the ephemera from Lovely Watercolors, paper from Lovely Watercolors, and notice we have those beautiful cluster die cuts there. So this paper, we actually put this paper out in 12 by 12 at HSN. And oh my goodness, the response was just, it was just so overwhelming. And we had so many people asking for other sizes. So we've come out with Lovely Watercolor in 6 by 6 and in 4 by 9. These are double-sided. You're going to get 24 sheets double-sided. So let me take you through what it will look like in a double-sided sheet. It's a different configuration than the One Fine Day. So I'm going to show you the sheets that I just have one of each that I'll show you here. A slightly different configuration. So with these, you're going to get a beautiful zoomed in, larger watercolor on the front and then a smaller pattern on the back. So you have options for how you want to use it. And you're going to see that with each of these. So as I go through these, look at that. Isn't that stunning? Oh my gosh. You're going to get the same configuration with the 4 by 9. So you have choices. You can have that zoomed in kind of modern look on the front for really small projects, or if you just want to have a beautiful, kind of smaller pattern on your card, use the back side of that. So you have options. Look how pretty. Upside down. Here's that beautiful peony that coordinates with the peony cluster. And then this is that lovely, lovely watercolor. So we have these spatters because I don't like to make, I shouldn't say don't like to, I do like to make a mess. I don't like to clean up a mess. And I don't always have time to make a mess. So the idea was, how can we get that beautiful watercolored splatter look, that paint splatter, that was ready to go for somebody who wanted to have it in the background, but didn't have the time or even the tools or the know-how to produce it. So you're also going to get beautiful, beautiful paint splatter pieces in here as well. You're going to see that same configuration with the 4 by 9 and a similar configuration with the, drum roll please, I can't do a drum roll sound, with the 12 by 12. So we do have this in 12 by 12. You're going to get 12 double-sided sheets. Once again, 12 double-sided sheets here. And you're going to get 2 of each. Oh, I have these kind of all mixed up from when I did them last time. But you're going to get 2 of each. Now here you're going to get front and back will be a different pattern. What do we have on this one? Let's see. I got them mixed up. So on the back here we have this beautiful floral. All right. So you get to decide how you want to use it. And this is the back here. So gorgeous. I mean, look how beautiful and bold and gorgeous that watercolor floral is. They're just so, so pretty. Little splatter on the back of that one. And then this one, we actually have brush strokes. So pretty. So that is the 12 by 12 and the lovely watercolor. I'll show you some projects with this because I think it's just stunning. Remember when I said we had some scrapbook pages that used those little clusters? You can see them. I don't know if you can see them. You can kind of see them in here. It shows up more for me, but see how we've added those in there for its white on white texture. Just beautiful. This one we've got some of the beautiful ephemera that I haven't shown you yet. This one is all decorated with ephemera as well. Here is the lovely watercolor ephemera pack. So you're going to have ephemera in all those different colors, the blues, the purples, the pinks, the greens, everything. You're going to have some of these beautiful floral sprays in here, tags, all kinds of stuff. Alan, if you want to come in on the camera here, you can see all the pieces. Beautiful sentiments and tags and sentiment strips, floral bouquets, little frames, all kinds of stuff, all ready to go. And then we also have the large puffy alpha and the multicolored small puffy alpha, and then the enamel dots in this as well. So you get everything, the full collection, absolutely everything. And I tell you, these have been, they've been such a huge hit with stores. They're going to be everywhere. We've been shipping so many of these out. Alan, you want to come back? Oh, so that is the entire collection. I mean, that's everything. It's 48 different items, and I'll tell you, I don't think we've ever shipped out so much to stores around the country. Go to your favorite store, be it a brick and mortar store or an online store. Look for these products. They are everywhere. We finished shipping everything out, I think, just on Sunday. So everybody's, if they don't have it already, they're getting it in. It's just been a wonderful, wonderful collection. So I'm looking at your comments. Thank you, everybody, so much. We worked so hard on this collection. One of my favorite things, if you noticed as I was going through, is we have certain elements that are kind of repeated all throughout. You'll see things from some of the stamp sets repeated in some of the papers, or repeated, you know, in some of the other designs, or in the ephemera or something. It just kind of is a beautiful, kind of well-rounded, well-balanced collection with a lot of products that work absolutely beautifully together. And they're timeless. They're going to be year after year. And I just think they're magnificent. So 2 more little surprises that I wanted to tell you about. Will, take note, the Extreme Clean is back in stock. We finally got this baby in. My hair's falling in my face. But yes, we finally got the Extreme Clean back in. Oh my goodness, how long did that take me?
Years.
I don't know, it seems like forever. But that is back in stock. And then we also have a new LDRS craft glue. It's only going to be available at the LDRS website. It's a it is a liquid adhesive. It is a white glue, but it dries clear. And it's only $4.50, but I love it. It just gives you a nice fine line when you're gluing. And I think it's going to be easier for me to handle than my big bottle of Aleene's, which I have used for probably 12 to 15 years. But this is just, it's a finer point, and it's going to be easier for me to use. I've already played with it, and I love it. So if anybody's looking for a craft glue, there you go. Those are just my 2 little additions. So, so that is everything, everybody. My goodness, we've gone almost a half an hour over. I hope it was worth it. That is the full collection. When we come back next week, I'm going to be playing with some of this collection. I don't know what I'm going to use yet. So if you guys have suggestions, what you want me to use, what you want to see, get those out like right now while I'm still chit-chatting. If there's something in particular you want me to demo. Keep an eye out also for our YouTube channel, because we're going to be posting videos with more of the products being featured in the videos. So that'll give you some really, really great inspiration. As well, check out our blog on our website, because our designers are using these products like crazy. Our Instagram page as well, for all kinds of inspiration on these products, on our January collection, and more. So we were actually in the middle of feature days We do feature days at the end of each month where we have some sort of a theme. And, it might be a holiday theme, it might be a seasonal theme or something. And we have feature days going on right now. So if you check out our blog, and you'll see them kind of splattered around our Instagram and stuff. You get fabulous inspiration. If you want to subscribe to our blog, go to our main homepage on the website, and the little subscription thing will come up for the newsletter. That's going to get you in the blog and the newsletter. We only have one subscription. We don't have like 14 different subscriptions. If that doesn't pop up, go to the bottom right of all the way at the bottom of the main page, and you can type in your email address there. That's just going to give you an automatic, inspiration email from our design team almost on a daily basis, and that's where you'll get the announcements that we're doing these as well as other special announcements and special discounts and stuff from time to time too. So anyway, I would also appreciate it if you would give us a little like on our YouTube video, and if you haven't subscribed there already, please do so. That way you'll know that we've gone live if you've forgotten. So that is everything, everybody. We're going to be back again. Hopefully that little spiel has given everybody enough time to get your suggestions out there for what you want to see me do. A week from tonight, we'll be back here at 7 p.m. and we'll have some kind of demo for you. Exciting. So thank you everybody for being here, for sticking with us, and for supporting us so much like you do. We truly appreciate it. It has been so much fun. I hope you have a wonderful evening and a fantastic weekend. And we'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.